For me, it only started 3 years ago. I always considered myself one of the cool kids, so drugs just became a part of that. Weed and booze became more frequent, and we filled each weekend with whatever we could get our hands on, basically. It's weird. I have such mixed emotions about that time. It was fun, we had a great time, but I burnt a lot of bridges and it really started to overtake my life. I was buying and selling to support my own habit. I wasn't like some big shot dealer or anything, but my mates knew I was the one to see for anything harsher than weed. Money-wise, I had just enough to keep my personal supply topped up, but I was starting to get anxious. I had a GP's prescription for Valium after I had a panic attack on the way to school one day. I think just the stress of it all was getting too much for me. I realised quickly that prescription pills were cheaper, so I switched to that. I was using all the time and I started to unravel. I didn't know it at the time, but it was really starting to affect my mum. I think she just got distressed seeing me in this state. She ended up speaking to a doctor who recommended that we go see someone from ReGen. I was pretty sceptical. I thought, another counsellor. What a waste of time. How wrong I was.
We could all see the progress she was making. No one lost hope, not even the hard times. It's actually a real privilege to work with Beth and her family. We were able to make really good progress in a relatively short space of time, but the total process, well, it took over a year. But I'm pleased to say we found a way of playing an ongoing role with Beth's treatment. It's a great example of us working in partnership with a client, her family and other services to achieve what was a really good outcome. Beth's GP and psychologist deserve credit for the effort they put into ensuring, well, we're all clear on Beth's treatment goals and how we were going to help her reach them. Beth is a very bright young woman with a lot of personal insight, but when I first met her, she was really struggling just to cope with the impact of her use on her mental health. Ultimately, the key to successfully changing her alcohol and other drug use was her ability to come to grips with her anxiety. Treating her anxiety and her AOD use concurrently required a coordinated approach, and if it was to be successful, and that was never going to be a quick fix. We were able to put a clear structure in place to support sustainable changes over time, and she responded to this really well and just kept on persevering. With great love and support from her family, she was able to work through the setbacks and the hard times.
I'm getting there. We're getting there. If it wasn't for Mike, who came to visit me every week to check up on me and see how I was going with my strategy, I don't know where I'd be.